Hi, everyone. Rich Hall here again. I'm joined today by Greg Goshorn of G2 Internet Solutions. Greg recently joined a mastermind group that I run talking about online reputation and the value on helping companies grow their online reputation, what that really means, and how to create assets like digital assets that will last a lot longer than your typical posts on social media. So hope you enjoy it. Here's the video. Make sure and like us on YouTube, and love hearing your comments. Thanks.
So here we go. And so you all saw the intro, the fine intro from Mr. Rich, and it's all about building permanent digital assets. So there's a huge game to creating a good online presence. And these two things are really a highest and best use of your time. Okay. Money, efforts. I mean, if you're not coming out of pocket, every dollar and every minute of your own has some kind of cost associated with it. And so we'll share at the end this way to get a complimentary reports, our online report card. And the why reason we do this is because these are like 90th percentile things. Some of them, 96% people read reviews before they buy. 90% of the people, watch video. They look for video as the primary thing. So of all the things to focus on, we know that these are the top places to start, right? And the beauty of this is you can invest the time, the money, the energy once, and keep reaping results, right? Both of these things stay online virtually forever. Reviews almost especially, because they're you can't really get them taken down. The asterisk on that is Google's got 10 reasons if they're fraudulent, etc. But really, once you earn these reviews, and they're going to stay up there. In videos, well, we sort of control whether they stay up. And so for, taking advantage of YouTube, which we'll dig into with SEO and all these benefits, the fact is the longer that they're up there, the better chance they are of getting indexed by Google. Just a little quick example. Here's one that I did in like 2015. And you're like, well, that's a long thing. And I'll tell you one little trick. This would be a long search, a long tail keyword search would be our jargony name, but the world is working this way. The stats are very clear in voice search. People are searching with longer phrases, so it's easier to stay ranked for some of these. So I did this one video all those years ago. It's still on top of Google. So there's two things, videos and reviews. We'll start with videos. I'm sorry, I said videos, I mean reviews. And why? I mean, you look at reviews, right? Well, everyone does. This is, like I said, the last stat, and I've been doing this for 6+ years, is that it's like 96% of people, 98% of people are looking at reviews. This used to be all people, is that the stat is. Back in the day, it was this kind of younger demographic, right? But it's again a 90th percentile. People are looking for reviews when they're picking a business to deal with. And so people are always looking for services online, right? And it doesn't see, we see this thing again, these long tail keywords, subject and geography, subject and geography. And when they find these searches, these search results, and they don't really know who these people are, well, then they have to decide from those choices, like, who are they going to call? So you might have one service that's got, for good, too bad. Somebody might have no reviews. And then, this person over here has got, a half a dozen or better reviews. So, who are you going to choose to contact? So you can win in search. So we talk about getting found and getting chosen. This helps you win the getting chosen battle of search. Forbes talks about like 70% of the buyer's journey happens online before they ever call you. So you don't even get the chance to say, hi, how can I help you? Because you lost because you look like A or B. We want you to look like the obvious choice when people are trying to find a solution. Now, why do you got to have these? Well, they're important in Google Maps. These stars, these reviews, they show up. There's social media, that they're in the directories. Oh, did we say SEO? Right? I mean, it's a known factor on the quantity of the reviews, and if you reply to them, it's part of the Google algorithm. And guess what? This part of the Google algorithm doesn't change. You might have heard about all these things that happen. Well, there's like sometimes a couple thousand algorithm changes. And over all the years, guess what doesn't change about Google? Reviews, quality of reviews, quantity of reviews. So this is not going to go away because Google cares about the quality of service and what people say about your company. Now, one great thing again, and we talked about this kind of like, helping you pre-sell, right? Somebody might have gone out and looked at all the reviews, and that helps them, get to that trust factor with you. So we start thinking about, well, just what does it take, right? A lot of the stats are talking about people are going to look, they want to see 10 reviews, right? So in that 6 to 10, like you got to think it's like at least this business helped 6 to 10 people, right? And so there's a minimum threshold of 6 stars. I think that's a little low in today's age. Again, this deck is probably a couple years old, but some people don't even have that amount out there. And, people trust reviews. I mean, it's the new word of mouth. It used to be like, there used to be a family or a personal recommendation. Well, people go out online and they look at them. In fact, that's some of the first things that people do. Even if your sister, your mom, your best friend, your neighbor, tells you something, the first thing people do is go out and look online, right? So I don't know who has a phone book anymore, right? But you could, find other ways, but that's where people are going. And not only are they going there, but when they're looking, they're looking for like who are you going to think about calling first, right? And so our research shows us that a lot of people are looking for somebody that's trustworthy. Some people might be looking for a cheap one. Some people might be looking for whoever came up first. But there's a lot of intelligent buyers in the world today, and they know that just the person with the best SEO isn't maybe the best person to help them. They're looking for a reliable company, a reputable company. Now, ROI is a hard thing to prove in here, but there are a few things, and this is one that came through Yelp, so if you could get like a half a star increase, so if we go from 4 to 4.5, right, you could see up to like a 19% lift in revenue. That's pretty. I mean, what else can you do that can give social proof, get people to convert? So this star rating is one of the ways that you can get a big bang for the buck. And so if we think about what was maybe the older way, it's not that old. I mean, it still happens, referral marketing and review marketing, but this referral marketing is kind of one-to-one, which makes it basically private, and it's kind of finite because of that. It's a great thing, but not necessarily an asset. So we're talking about building permanent digital assets. And so when we start to use reviews, well, gosh, that's easily one to thousands because it's public. Again, it's perpetual. They stay out there. And now this becomes an asset to the company. So This review is like a public referral. And I think you'll agree, it is the more powerful way to go. So let's dig right into some good takeaways, some good things to do, things you start doing, today, tomorrow, this week. Book a one-on-one with me. We'd love to share more in depth. We lead with value. We've got an ebook. We've got this digital report card. But there's tons of ways you can do it yourself. And really clear, Google My Business. See my deck? I need to update this. It's now called Google Business Profile. It's your free place on the front page of the internet, right? And so you got to take the next step. You have to ask your clients. Some people are reticent about that. They don't want to ask. They're afraid what they'll hear. But you've got to get out there and ask. And so there's simple ways. Mr. Tom had some great tips there. Get this review link. Send them right to the place that you want to go, to the spot to leave a review. Of course, we'd like to get reviews on other places. Google's the kind of the keystone, but there's dozens of other places where reviews are important. And you can even highly recommended put that link, in your email signature. So, you really have to ask. It's there all the time, kind of asking for you. So we're going to talk about a little bit of a great way to do this, right? So there's a couple components to this reputation game. So when we talk about reputation, it's about dealing with reviews. Okay, so you gotta manage what's going on, right? Then you got to build and get more, and then you've got to market it, right? So there's kind of the three pillars of it. And so when we talk about the beginning, you need to monitor your reviews. You could have, a paid service like our agency. You could do something simple like, when you set up your Google business profile, Google's gonna email you every time you get a review, right? You should watch for that. If you do these like email filters, you could set those up, or just know in your head when you're scanning your box. You can use Google Alerts, right? If you know how to do that, I can show you how to do a free way to monitor when people are talking about you. And so on the build side, you've got to ask for reviews. Tell you can do it in person. We love these days now to make a QR code that goes to that review link. And that could be a sign, it could be a sticker, it could be on your front desk. Now, this is a pro tip here. When you are asking for reviews, it's against the terms of service of virtually all of these platforms to incentivize the review. You can't say, we'll give you something, if you leave us a review. In fact, Google last week came out with a thing saying it's specifically against the rules to incentivize people to remove a negative review, which should have been implied, but I think people were wiggling around that, so they put it right in the terms of service, right? And then in marketing them, this is where they really become an asset, right? So you need to leverage them. You need to share them on your website and social. I'm sure you see a lot of people doing it out there if you're online these days. This is a little bit of a sample of kind of one of our reports, right? And we'll give one away. And so even though there's a lot of ways to do it yourself, a bunch of companies decide, like, doggone, this is so important. I want to focus on my money making activities. What if I was going to outsource, what would I do? And so this is what we do, and this is what any good agency should do, right? So it's all starts with the review, right? And so you should have a way to, capture the feedback. So we actually have these custom feedback pages, monitor them. Again, you could just watch your emails. You could do, Google alerts. Those should come in, to people in the different roles inside your company, right? So they're watching the reports. And then you can send them out to the places to get reviews. Like, it's great if somebody, emails you or leaves you one. You can post that, you can share it, but you really get a lot of power when they go out themselves and do it on the review sites themselves. Then, take them and put them on your website. Take those reviews, show them off on social media. Turn them into images. There's image sharing sites out there. One thing that we do, and I've seen other people do it too, turn them into a video. This is one of the ways that we do. You can put your background in there.
Greg, got a question. I'm sorry.
Yes.
It's Rich.
Yeah.
You have a way of, we've got about 10 minutes left. And I know that a lot of people struggle on videos. You've got a way of taking a review and incorporating it into a video. Do you have the ability to show that or show a sample of that? And I don't know if you got it in a short amount of time, but then also feedback for people that may be uncomfortable, easy ways of doing quick videos and bang for the buck, and how that fits into reputation.
Yeah, so this is why people love this product, and we've been doing this one for 6 years. I can't believe there's only 10 minutes left. So you don't have to do it. You could just make a little slideshow of your video. So if you could take screenshots of your Facebook reviews, your LinkedIn recommendations if you have them, and make a little slideshow. If you have, say, PowerPoint or slides, you can save that as a video. You put it behind music. So that's one of our things as a video coach, is like, there's 50 ways not to put your face on camera. I will put a link to a sample in the chat box, if that's okay. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to power through video in 10 minutes. Everybody else doing good? Am I going too fast? We good?
You're good.
Awesome. Thank you. So I mean, it's obvious, right? I mean, it's crazy. These numbers, look at this. I'm sure that this number's up, like with YouTube going, people are giving up paid TV. I think this is probably like 20 hours a week that people are watching video, right? So this is an ebook that we have. We'll give you, search engine rankings, like 53 times for an optimized video. One of the big things, and thanks for including this in the description. Google owns YouTube. Don't ignore the second largest search engine on the planet. Easier to rank on YouTube than it is on the front page of Google. And engagement. So here's another thing. Make a video, any kind of video on your website. They stay a lot longer. So this is dwell time. This helps with SEO. It also works when you're posting on social media. Social media algorithm works on dwell time, time that they stay on your post. Now, personal connection. Now, this is where if you use your voice, you're going to do okay. Those people that do the effort and break the barrier and get in front of the camera, you're going to really help personalize the connection, okay? Accelerating the sales process, right? So, they have to find you, they have to meet you. So if you send them, videos, they can sort of feel like they've met you, and it can move that thing along. And again, I don't know, this might be my favorite, tied with SEO, leverage, right? You do the work once, keeps working for you 24/7. That's the point of today, building permanent digital assets. And look at this. You make one video, goes on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 7, yeah, who knows how many places. If you put it in email, make sure you put like a video in the subject line. Another pro tip, they're going to get an increased open rate. So what do? Keep them short in the beginning. Again, I made this 2 years ago. Now, short form video is the biggest thing there is on the planet. Under 1 minute is YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, checks all the boxes for watch time, viewership. Now, and later, keep growing. I mean, everybody on here is watching an hour-and-a-half webinar. That's basically a video, but it happens once you've built them in. What do you make? Welcome. Share some wisdom. Wow. Explainers, testimonials, of course, we love. Tell your story. Tell a customer success story. Do something about an event that you're having, right? You see people all the time. I'm at this, trade show. You can make them with tons of stuff. You got this thing in your pocket, right? I don't even use my video camera anymore. If you don't want to be on screen, do a screen recording and talk over it, outsource it. Use PowerPoint, save it as a video. Tons of ways to make them. What we love to do, put them on YouTube for SEO, so the things you're talking about, the keywords that you're talking about, put those in the title, put those in the front of the description, right? Another pro tip, if you can, don't just send them to YouTube because people will get lost. This is a little screenshot of one of my sites called onlinelocalvideo.com. So we give away videos to charities and nonprofits. And so this was one for a place called Dialing In on Hunger. It was a car show. Anyways, we put it on our website so that people don't get lost looking for cats or guitar lessons or something of when you send them to YouTube. Oh, there we go. I just said it. Use your keywords, right? You always want to talk about, your company name and your location. If you listen to Miss Sharon in your Google tips, always put your business name in your titles, right? The thing that you're talking about, if there's a city, right? So you want to be, water restoration in Houston, Eli. And then another pro tip, another nugget is when you can have all these tags, if you make a unique tag, like something mine's like, Greg online local video. It's no tag that anybody else has, but if people ever find you on YouTube, that whole right side of suggested videos comes from tags. So you can start taking up real estate and drag them back if they're going to get lost. Other couple things here, you've got to have a good thumbnail. That's what is the bait, right? We get whole lessons on each one of these things. Customizing your channel is another service we have, an optimization. It's got a big graphic image like all the other social sites. If you're smart, go in and customize your channel, and you can put links to your website and your LinkedIn right on your YouTube channel, right? And you can set your default so you don't have to retype the same footer basically. And I can show you guys how to do this too. So again, these are still some of the top forces that make it the highest and best use of your time. So I implore you to get to work now on doing these things. And let's say why. Well, social media, it's going to get washed down. On Twitter, it's going to be washed in minutes, and Facebook is going to be washed in hours, and LinkedIn is going to be washed in hours. If you run an ad, the second you close your pocketbook, those ads are a hard stop. When you invest time and money into reviews and video, they're going to stay. Thank you.